We made it, Route 45 leaders. We are at week 5 of March. I know that it has felt like the longest month ever, but I would not have traded what we talked about all month long for anything. I have loved digging into made and individuality and discovering who we're meant to be. Guys, this memory verse has been incredible, and I've loved how we've gotten to pick it apart in our small groups and even from main stage. The activities that we've done leading up to now have been amazing, and the activities and discussion questions that we have for this week to wrap everything all up is no different. So let's take a look at what we've got this week. In your first activity, the Bible story extension, you're gonna get your kids to read Matthew 22, 34 through 40. And then you're gonna dig into what the greatest commandment looks like. Have your kids take a piece of paper and fold it into fours. And then each one of these boxes that they've just now created, we're gonna do a little mini activity. So in the first box, you're gonna write the word what. The second box, you're gonna write the word picture it. The third box, in my life. And fourth, the word impact. And in each of these boxes, you're gonna do a different thing. In the what, you're gonna have your kids write a sentence that is their own words of the greatest commandment. Box number 2, picture it. They're gonna get to sketch out what the greatest commandment looks like. In box 3, in my life, they're gonna get to give an example of the greatest commandment in their lives. And in box 4, they're gonna tell us how obeying the greatest commandment could make a difference. After all of your kids are done filling out their 4 box masterpieces, give them the opportunity to share it either box by box or page by page, whatever works best for your group. Along with your discussion questions, you have an activity verses to take with you, where you're gonna have your kids pair up and mirror one another. If your group is a little bit larger and you don't quite have the even numbers for it, you can have them form 2 lines and hold hands and do the same activity with slow motions. Now, the idea behind this is that there should be one person who's following another, but if they're really good at what they're doing, we shouldn't be able to tell who's the leader and who's the reflection. Once you've done this activity, you're gonna have your kids open up their Bibles and read Matthew 22, 37 through 39. And then you're gonna dig into what that scripture talks about. Finally, you're gonna pray and dismiss. As I always say, this is such an important activity that we do every single week. So during this time, one of the things it encourages you to do, which I'm really excited about, is you're gonna start the prayer and then give open space for your kids to jump in and pray for things on their own. Now, this is a time whenever your kids don't have to necessarily jump in and make any kind of prayer addition, but make sure that they feel open that they can do that and give that open time and space. Don't be afraid to let that silence sit, because eventually someone will speak. Worst case scenario, the silence sits and then you get to close everything out yourself by encouraging your kids to love God and put Him first in everything that they do. Remember, this is one of those times whenever we get to remind our kids that there is nothing too big and there is nothing too small that we can talk to God about. Guys, this month has been so much fun, and I've loved getting to hear these stories and see you guys really connect with your kids even closer, talking about the things that make them special and getting to share the things that God has made special about you. I'm so sad this series is coming to a close, but I'm looking forward to all the things that Easter has to offer. Guys, I love you, and I'm praying for you, and I cannot wait to see you on Sunday.